Hey painting friends, it's Chelsea with The Art of Life Guided Painting. Thanks for joining us today. I've had a lot of requests for this Wishes and Dreams painting, so we're going to go ahead and start that today. This is great for adults and kids. Adults, you can just follow along and make it a little more complex if you want to. If you already have one of our art kits, you can get all your supplies out and follow along with that. In your kit, you have a set of these three brushes. I'm going to come in real close. You ready? All right, hi. You're going to have a set of these three brushes. So you've got your round one, your big one, and your baby one. Okay. I'm going to be using my art brushes, but you feel free. I'm going to say the big one, the round one, and the baby one, and you can use those. If you do not have one of our kits and you want to follow along with your own supplies at home, do that. That is okay with us. You can use canvas board, or if you want to make your own painting service, you can take a piece of paper and tape it to a board or a piece of cardboard. This is actually the backing from one of my kids' coloring tablets. What I have done is just taken masking tape, any kind of tape will work, and put it right, I'm gonna come in again, ready? I put it all around the edges. You notice I overlap the edge of the paper. All right, so do that. The really important thing to remember with this is that you wanna leave the tape on until your creation is dry, and that's gonna prevent it from wrinkling and also from getting all wonky, curling up. Make sure if you're using acrylic paint, after you're done, you rinse your brushes out really good and then dry them and shape them. Okay, if you want to find more fun videos, we are doing a lot of them right now. You can find us on Facebook and on YouTube, The Art of Life Guided Painting. So that's on Facebook and YouTube. You can also find our website and also our Instagram at Theartoflife.info. All one word, just like squished together. Theartoflife.info. All right, on our website you can also find all the fun things and classes and live things, bachelorette opportunities. No. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and paint today. You guys ready? All right, everyone by now has their supplies. I stalled for time. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. I'm gonna get my clean canvas ready to go. Okay, I have a cup right here filled with water. I'm gonna rinse my brushes in here in between colors. I also have a paper towel. You can use a washcloth if you wanna be eco-friendly, that's all right too. This is gonna be for drying off your brush in between colors, or if you have too much paint, to wipe the brush off. Okay, so we're going to take our biggest brush. Nope, just kidding. Yes, biggest brush. Ready? Biggest brush? Got your biggest brush? Biggest brush. Let's dip that in some water to get it wet. Dab it off on your paper towel. Okay. We are going to be doing the background. So we are going to take, I have a whole bunch of colors on my color palette. I have dark blue, I have a teal color, brown, white, bright yellow, bright red, and kind of a bright green for the leaves. But you can do whatever colors make you happy. If you would prefer to do a light gray or a lighter color background, you go right ahead. For me, I'm gonna take some blue and just smoosh it right across the canvas here. And then I'm gonna take some teal and do the same thing. I'm actually gonna change my camera angle just so, I'm working with a high-tech system here. I'm gonna change my camera angle just so you can see a little bit more of the painting. If you're using a handheld device, you can actually zoom right in and see what the details are that we're doing. So I'm taking my teal and putting it right over the blue. Blue and teal. I want you to take your brush, dip it in some water, and And we're gonna go right over the paint we just did, and the water's gonna smear that together nice. Then what I'm gonna do is take my brush and dip it in some white paint, and I'm gonna put that right over the top. And that is really gonna help it just blend together, and it's gonna lighten up the background just a little bit too. I'm gonna keep dipping my brush in the water because that helps the acrylic paint glide across the canvas. I'm gonna get my canvas wet just a little bit. I'm just gonna alternate taking the blue paint and the teal paint and the white paint and just cover up the whole background. You can also pause this. If I'm moving too fast, you can pause it and paint at your own pace. I don't want you to feel like you have to rush to keep up with me. If you're looking for a wispier, more cloudy background, you can add these colors and then take your white paint and go back and forth in an X pattern. It's called cross hatching. Do an X and it will end up making it look a little bit like wispy clouds down there when you're done. I'm gonna go ahead and smooth that out. I want mine to be smooth back and forth, but play with those brush strokes. Have some fun with that. Again, I'm gonna take some water on my brush. I am just dipping this brush in the water. I'm gonna get that extra drip off, and then I'm putting that right on the canvas. Just like this. And that's gonna help the canvas accept my paint and just glide across. How many more times do you think I can say glide across? How many times can you say glide across? Okay, stop saying it. I like to listen to music when I paint. So if you want to get that in your background, sometimes that helps me feel happy when I'm painting. I'm gonna flip my canvas all the way over and do the other side. It helps me just get that bottom edge. I guess now it's the top edge, huh? Okay, when you're done with that, we need to dry our paintings a little bit. I like to do this, it's a little silly. I make people, when we have our live events, not like Facebook Live, but like actual live events where people come hang out with me. And I make people get up and dry their canvases off like this. I play loud music. If you want to put on some music, this can be fun. Spread out, make sure you're not whacking into yourself or your friends or knocking over anything, but we just want to wave these canvases around, dance a little bit. This would be less awkward if I had music. key is to just dry this background off a little bit by waving it back and forth. Those of you who are into exercising, you can do your squats ready, set. All right, I want you to look at your painting. If it's still really shiny, then you need to keep waving it around. If it's not so shiny, then it's mostly dry and we can keep painting. If you need to pause this video and do that, you don't have to wave it around. You can just step away and come back when it's dry. All right. Let me readjust my angles here. There we go. Ta-da! We good? See just part of my face? My face is giant right now. I won't do that again. I'm sorry. That was a little scary. Okay, so we are going to paint our branch. I want you to take your rounded brush, get that wet, dry it off on your paper towel, and I want you to dip that into your brown paint. We are going to make a little dot where we want the branch to start. All right, I'm going to make a little dot with brown right there. Ooh, just like that. We are going to draw a line that curves just a little bit at the end. So it's going to go straight across and then down just a little bit. Go over it one more time just so it knows I mean it. There we go. Now I'm going to make this branch a little, so it's going to be really skinny on the end. And then right about here, we're just going to widen it out on either side. Just using our brown paint just to, looks like a really long brown triangle. Just fill that in with your brown paint. And we're just going to make some of the branches that are going to go off. I'm making mine just a little curly. Make a big one that goes up right off the canvas. It's like a little fork in my branch here. If you're not having good luck making these little curly shapes with your round brush, you can switch to your tiny brush. Sometimes that's easier to do detail with. I'm going to add just another branch that comes down and curls. We'll add one more that comes up and maybe curls this way. You should have a little friend. Ready? Another little curly cue right here. Maybe one more right here. Okay. Now we've got our nice little curly branches. ready to make some feathers. I'm gonna put this brush down and I'm gonna pick up my smaller brush. So this is my little tiny brush. And I'm gonna be using white paint. So get your brush wet, dry it off on your paper towel, and I'm gonna be using our white paint. And I'm gonna decide where I want my feathers to go. We're just gonna map that out. We're gonna do that by drawing lines. I want 4 feathers, but you can have however many feathers you want. And we're also gonna decide which way our feathers go right now. So I'm gonna draw, I think I wanna have one that comes down from here. I'm gonna draw the top of it right here. It's just gonna curve that way. So the tip of his feather will be going that way. We'll have another one right next to it. Again, it's gonna come down from the branch right about here. I think this one's gonna curve this way. I'm gonna draw a bigger feather right here, coming down. He's gonna start up higher, maybe bigger. And end up about the same spot. And we'll do one more little guy right here. There are motorcycles driving by my shop. Must be spring. That's right, no sound booth for me, my friends. This is organic and real. This is how we do it at The Art of Life. Motorcycles and all. So, to make the shape of our feathers, we want to start by doing a triangle on the top. All of our feathers, just like that. The little arrows pointing up to the tree branch. And we're just gonna, we're just gonna connect these right here. Ready? Down to the point. You can make this one a little wider if you want. If you're feeling real sassy, you can make some of these little jagged marks for the feather. I don't tend to get too carried away with this. But if you want to make a few of those little marks, you can. Just the little breaks where the feather feathers off. It's fluffy. So again, I'm taking this line mostly straight down to meet that little tip. And your feathers can be wider or skinnier. It's totally up to you. Okay, once you have that, I want you to fill these in with white, with whatever brush makes you happy to do that with, okay? If it's still the little brush, you can do that, or you can switch to your big brush. Whatever you think will get the job done for you. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to do the colors over this. This is just so that we have a base for our colors to go on so they stand out. We're giving our feathers their own mini feather canvas. Just putting a little white paint on here. If it blends with your background color, that's okay. We're going to paint over it. once you have all of your feathers filled in, and remember, you can always pause this and go at your own pace, and you can always zoom in if you're on a handheld device. Maybe you could do it on a computer. I am not tech savvy enough to advise you on that, but I know that if you're on a handheld device, you can just, you can make the noise too if that helps. All right, I am going to put that brush away, and I'm gonna get out my round brush now. I'm gonna rinse it off in the water really good. I'm gonna get out my round brush, and I'm gonna dip that in my bright green paint. I'm gonna make the leaves that go on our branch. Now you can use any color you want, whatever color you think will make you happy for your leaves. If you wanna use teal or you wanna mix a darker green, that's totally okay. So this brush makes some really nice leaf shapes. All you have to do is bring it up and then back down. Hold on, I'll get some paper, I'll show you. Stay there, don't go anywhere. I'm coming back, I promise. Hi, okay. So in order to make leaf shapes, I'm taking my round brush and I am just moving the brush up and down, and it makes that nice leaf shape you can fill in. Or if you want to make a small one, you don't even have to fill it in. Really small ones, you can just use the brush itself. So we're going to add some leaves wherever you think they should go. Now if you need to add some blue or some yellow to your leaves to make them stand out, that's okay. If you have a very dark background, you might need to add some lighter color. And if you have a very light background, you might need to add a darker color. It's okay if your leaves go off the page. We're just gonna add some little leafies. How are your leaves looking? Doing okay? I got kind of a wonky one. There we go. Leaves. Foliage. All right, when you've painted that, we're gonna go ahead and put that brush down. And we're gonna fill in the colors of our feathers. I'm going to use my bigger flat brush just because it covers a lot of ground. I'm going to start with using straight red. Just dabbing the paint. You don't need a lot of paint. Look at your paintbrush. Does it have a big gob of paint on it? Wipe some of that off. You don't need a ton. I'm just going to go over my leaf. You can make some nice little feathery shapes if you want to. I'm going to rinse it off. Dry my brush off on my paper towel. Go into the straight blue. You can make your feathers whatever color you want. To make purple, you're going to mix red and blue. To make orange, you're going to mix yellow and red. to make pink, you're going to mix red and white. The next one I'm going to do is yellow. One almost looks like a little hot pepper. And the last one I'm going to do, I'm going to make a purple color. I'm going to mix a little bit of blue and a little bit of red together. I'll add some white. White will make it a lighter purple. Here we go. I'm happy with that. Okay. You ready? You got it? I'm trying to figure out this camera here. Camera's there. See you. Okay, and then our last step is going to be to add our little swirly string. I always advise going up from the feather, not down from the tree. It's easier to gauge where to go. Now you can just do a straight line if you want to. I'm going to do some little dash marks because I think they're cute. But you can just do a straight line. And then I'm just going to loop this right over and then have it come out underneath and maybe go back over. And I'm going to start from my feather, just do some dash marks up and just boop, 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 making little dashes. I'm going to have a line, it comes from, we don't know where it comes from. I'm just going to loop around some of these. Where shall it come? It'll come right here. And then I'm going to go from my yellow one and go straight up. There. Looks like it's all tangled up over there, doesn't it? So all of my kids have little dream catchers in their bedrooms. There we go. If you want to add some little round shapes for beads, and color those in, do that. Then I'm also just going to take my little brush, or you can use your round brush. I'm just going to very, very delicately outline a few little feather lines. I'm just very, very gently going down the center, right out to the little tip, and then just doing a few little dashes. sometimes we do Facebook Live events at The Art of Life Guided Painting. And you can also find all kinds of information about our studio activities at The Art of Life Studios on Facebook as well. No, lies, totally lies. The Art of Life Gallery and Studios. We'll post stuff, I promise. All right, so we will see you soon. Don't forget to sign your painting, that's important. And you can find us on Facebook at The Art of Life Guided Painting. And that's also our YouTube. And you can also find us on Instagram at Theartoflife.info. And that's also our website. So go check that out for all of our information. You can also message us through our website and you can figure out how to get one of our kits if you want one. It comes with an easel, it comes with canvases, brushes, paint, and of course, live instruction. I hope you had a nice time painting today. I hope your feathers turned out and you're happy with them. Have a wonderful day.